The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get $1,000 plus match with Underdog Fantasy with the promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It's currently Wednesday morning, July 9th, around 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Rose Septos Scour Show. Once again, joined by Adam Rose. We're together to break down the props here for the Wednesday card. Adam, how's it going with you? I know that you had a bit of a house emergency a second ago. How you doing?
So first of all, I'm telling my wife this, my dog's ass exploded. Secondly, I just got sent this text of Jeff Passan saying that Dallas Keuchel has signed with the Kansas City Royals, which, by the way, he wasn't terrible last year when he came back. But what's funny is that he's still called former Cy Young winner, which just feels like a decade ago.
You got to make the headlines,
right.
Pop a little bit. But I'm surprised Kansas City would do that. What's the upside for them? They're not very good.
They got to stay in it, sort of. Like they have like some like this.
Yeah, Dallas Keuchel will be the reason for their
second
half
look. If you guys want to like, here's the thing. Reagans is hurt.
Yeah,
possibly coming back. They might trade Lugo. They're not like in it, but they're not out of it. They're kind of in a weird situation where they need somebody to eat up innings, man, and he can like go out there. People said the same thing on Patrick Corbin. It's just like he did it, and Keuchel was on the Brewers last year for a hot minute.
He bounced around, but yeah, I think he was on.
But he wasn't bad like he was 2 years ago, where it was like fade. So I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's also pitcher friendly park. It's look, while we're on the subject of the Royals, and before we get to the other thing that you wanted to talk about, Noah Cameron for Rookie of the Year at 80-1 should be a bet for everybody. Why is my eye so bloodshot? Especially given the Royals' whole entire pitching situation, and he leads all rookie pitchers in WHIP and opposing batting average, like overwhelmingly.
80-1. It's not bad. I mean, there are a lot of batters though that could be in the running to win that award.
That I don't agree with. There's one batter in the running on the AL, and it's
There's only one.
There's only on the AL. There's only one.
Well, Wilson got injured, so I actually don't know.
But they're not going to. But writers aren't going to reward the A's. The A's franchise will be punished by traditional writers for ditching a city in the way that they did it. They're not going to be voting for Kurt. First of all, even if they did, you would be splitting vote between Kurtz and Wilson, and neither one of them are getting it. I would bet no on that market to oblivion. It's much easier for a pitcher to win Rookie of the Year because you can. All you need is like 7-2 or 7. It's like it's very like the baselines are a lot easier. Hitter, you have to have like 20 some home. You have to have a lot of counting metrics.
Yeah, definitely could be true. That's why Mizorowski's exploded in the market because he keeps shoving from Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's fine. And watch what happens when Chase Burns pitches against the Rockies at home on Thursday.
Yeah, but the point is that, as you said before, one great pitcher performance and your odds are going to plummet. So that's kind of how it goes.
I love to remind people that I had Luis Gil last July at 100-1, and because he was injured for 2 starts.
Yeah, and then he got there. Yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the actual picks for the show, brief conversation. I do want to get your opinion, scale of 1 to 10. Long story short, I got invited to a bachelor party yesterday. Longtime friend, childhood friend. I want to ask you what your thoughts are on location for a bachelor party.
Sure.
Scale from 1 to 10. Where does Baltimore rank for you?
For a bachelor party? Higher than summer or fall.
It's going to be in September.
Less than. It's a 6.
It's going to be cold.
It's not cold. It's off the water, so it'll be colder. But it's a fun, like, unless you're building it around, like, I don't know if I would do that.
There was a group, I'd say, agreement when it comes to an event. We're going to go to a Browns and Ravens game. But besides that,
that's fun. And then the tailgate will be awesome. But there's no, Miz is a future multi-Cy Young winner. Okay. I'll take that bet right now. I'll take that under on that one right now. To compare him to Skeens is idiotic. I would say like for Baltimore, because like I lived in Baltimore, it's great. It's a really good summer city. It's a solid fall tailgate city, but after there's a great strip club scene. I don't know if I would do it for a bachelor party in September. I would do a bachelor party in like August, and I was just asking because
I
would do it around an O's game.
That
it does have casino in the harbor. Yeah, it does. But then make it. I would make. Yeah, I mean,
that is a couple of casinos. You have the Horseshoe, and you can also throw in if you want the trip to DC. You can make that trip. It's a schlep, but you can do it if you want to.
I mean, National Harbor. I mean, like they're kind of like all these places are kind of bunk, to be totally honest. But like
poker players, there are really, really bad.
It's just not. Yeah, I mean, like it's fun. It's solid.
So 1 to 10. Middle of September.
6.
Okay, there we go. I was caught off guard. That's all I'll say. Because the guy's not from Maryland. At no point did he go to Maryland for college. And it's like, oh, no, we're going to Baltimore. I'm like, sure. All right, cool.
I mean, why don't you just pick a place where it's very easy? Where's everybody flying in from?
I don't think we're flying anywhere. I'm assuming that we're just going to be group carpooling from New York to Baltimore. It's probably my guess.
If you're group carpooling from New York to some, first of all, then you guys should just do a better. You want to know a better bachelor party scene for what?
For the record, we didn't choose it. The person who's having the wedding just said we're going to Baltimore. I'm like, all right,
you should do Annapolis instead of Baltimore.
Either way, point is that it just caught me off guard because I don't think he has any connections to Baltimore. And we just are going to end up going
just
there.
Like watch The Wire, and he was.
I'm not going to be that guy that's going to be like mad at the location.
No.
That's not the point. The point is just having fun. I was just caught well off guard by the idea of Baltimore being a bachelor party option for the guy. But I'll enjoy it either way. I'm not going to complain. I was just surprised, and I kind of wanted to know your thoughts. So you're giving it a 6 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I think that I would do Annapolis if I were you guys.
Okay.
It's a little bit more walkable in terms of like making it into a bachelor party scene.
But I wanted to ask you because I know you spent some time over there. That's why I thought it was, worth bringing up. So cool. There we go. All right. Anyway, before we get into any of the actual picks that we have.
Hold on. This is really important. 3-time jumped in that DC has the best strip clubs. DC is not bottomless though. DC has laws like you have to pay way extra for that. So DC has non-full nude clauses in most of their strip clubs. Normally,
pro tip: if you're trying to go to a strip club, make sure you read the no nude clause.
There's only a topless. Baltimore has like literally dudes standing outside who's like, "Come on in, fattest girls ever." It's great. We took one of my.
It's a good point for Ginger. If we need any massage places, we'll hit up Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
A point is before we get into any of the actual picks for the show on Wednesday, a reminder that you can find all the picks and podcasts on SGPN for free by checking out the SGPN feed on Spotify or Apple. Also check out the apps on the App Store because we have the SGPN app, which is free to download. So once again, there are a couple ways to find over podcasts and picks completely free. So check out the SGPN feed and check out the app. Anyway, time to move on into the actual props that we have for the card. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first prop for the Wednesday card?
My first one is going to be, so we usually fade this guy, but Justin Verlander over 15.5 outs against the Phillies. It is a day game. So Justin Verlander after today effectively doesn't have to pitch again for 2 weeks. This is his last start before the All-Star break. He gets a little bit of extra rest. He actually had 17 against the Phillies that went into the 6th against the Phillies the last time he went against them. Let me just pull it up. And he's great on day games. The thing is about like the bullpen's been pretty moderately used the last 2 days. Really weird walk-off win yesterday. One could argue, but he's also he's off a start where he only had 60 pitches. He had like before that he went 6. Since he came back, he's been increasing. His velo's fine. His break is fine. Give me plus money for him to go over. I know he had a bad start in Philadelphia, but this is back at home. His metrics are way better at home. And like I said, I think he's gonna have a little bit of a longer leash. Even if he just gets like to 16 outs, I think that they kind of let him start and do that. And because like, again, he does not have to pitch for another 2 weeks after this.
He's going to take it personally because Kershaw got a legacy All-Star game spot and he didn't.
Pretty much.
So I didn't understand that either because I feel like Verlander should also be a legacy guy. Is he like not retiring after the year? Is that why they didn't do it?
Who? I don't know.
Verlander.
I don't know. Is Kershaw retiring?
I thought that he was going to get to 3K and then he was going to head out. That was kind of my... at least believe for what he was doing. I thought he was hanging around just
maybe he owes somebody money because he makes a lot of money to be a part-time player.
I'm just saying, I kind of figured that he was only hanging around for 3K. and maybe the ring attachment to it because the Dodgers are one of the favorites to win a ring. But, I mean, did Verlander have a better career than Kershaw? I think it's a discussion. I just find it weird that Kershaw
got more rings.
Does he have more rings?
Yeah, he's got Houston rings, and he was on that.
I don't know how many Houston rings he has.
I thought he has a.
Tigers didn't win. They lost to.
That's right.
They lost to the Giants. Because Kershaw he got an A on the group project basically, but he got two.
Okay. First of all, he's a 9. 2 times he's won the.
No, I was gonna say they have the same amount of rings because he has the bubble one and he got the one. You got the one last year.
I'm not giving fucking Kershaw that bubble ring.
No, my point correct. That's why I said he got an A on the group project. But technically, they both have 2 rings. I just find it weird that Kershaw got the legacy spot and Verlander didn't get anything. I think Verlander's had at least a very comparable career. But you can probably argue that it's a trade-off on who's been better or worse. I think people would probably say Kershaw's been slightly better, but I think that it's a serious discussion. They both have an MVP.
He also legitimately made the All-Star team 2 years ago.
Don't they both have an MVP?
They both won MVP.
Yeah, so that's also equal. I feel like they've had a very similar career. I don't get why Kershaw.
3 no-hitters for Verlander. That's incredible. How many does Kershaw have?
I want to say Kershaw has 2. But I'm not sure if he actually has more than that. I think he has 2.
Got taken out on that other one, remember?
Yeah.
Let's see. He has 1 no-hitter.
Is 1, okay.
His 1 no-hitter, 3 Cy Youngs, 1 MVP. He won the Triple Crown, all MLB second team.
Once again, crazy stats, but I'm pretty sure Verlander matches
I'm pretty sure Verlander is actually Verlander's also, let's see, are they the same age? No, Verlander's 5 years older than him.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, Kershaw probably had more upside, but his arm kept falling off, which didn't really help because he kept pitching shortened seasons because he kept getting hurt.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just thought it was weird. He's getting a legacy spot and Verlander's getting nothing. I thought that was kind of weird. But either way, anyway, point is I can get behind that, but Verlander might take it personally and try to get his first win of the season. We're in July. He might try to get his first win of the season. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm moving on to my first prop.
Anyway, plus money for him to pitch into the 6th.
Yeah, there you go. I'll go with the plus money play as well. I'm going to go with Jose Altuve. I'll go with the over 1.5 bases, a plus 125. He's had at least 2 bases in 6 of the last 7. Been getting a bunch of hits recently. So I do think Altuve can get there in a couple of ways. Extra base hit, you win there in 1 swing. Really solid multiple hit guy, though, for the last week or 2. So he's in great form. He's had at least 2 bases in 4 of his last 6 games against Cleveland. And you have Ciccone pitching for Cleveland, who has been better lately, but he's had 1 plate appearance against Ciccone, and he took him yard. So I think it's a good spot for Altuve to potentially keep it rolling here. Give me Altuve over 1.5 bases. That Houston offense has been mashing lately for the last week. Give me Altuve over 1.5 bases, a plus 125 is my first play.
Killer. So they're right now. That's fine.
They've been really good. I'd say that they're probably the second honest offense behind Boston, but they're both going crazy right now. So,
yep. Nope.
There you go. Anyway, moving on to your second prop. What do you got?
Someone mentioned Captain Sano mentioning Don to get seafood at the strip club. I got chicken fingers at a strip club in SF, and then I got.
Is that the early bird special buffet?
Go at like noon. There's a buffet. Yeah. And I got really sick, and my wife came back, my then girlfriend, from a trip the next day, and was like, "How come you got so sick?" And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "Bad lunch." It was like, "Where did I get sick?" It was, "Where did I get food poisoning at a strip club?" Of course.
Yeah.
Like, go figure. The wings at a strip club got me sick.
Remember, the seafood is going to be tricky because the person who's getting married is Jewish but doesn't actually follow any of the kosher stuff. But people there will follow the kosher stuff, so seafood might not be on the table for a couple of people. So keep that in mind.
I wouldn't eat shrimp at a strip club.
Besides the strip club, I mean, in general, I don't think seafood's going to be on the menu for a lot of people on the actual bachelor trip. So, wanted to mention that too. Anyway, what's your second prop for the show?
Second prop for the show is Zach Littell over 17.5 outs.
Pitches to contact.
Pitches to contact. Also, just like a horse, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you have? He had a complete game, 118 pitches like a couple months ago,
and then he came right back out and threw 7 innings the next day. Over and all but one road game this year, 8 of his last 10 overall. He's gone over this 83.6 first pitch strike percentage in his last 3 starts, 66% on the season. People know I think that's a big time metric. You can see it on handy graphs because it tells you if you're pitching from behind. And 5 straight right-handed pitchers have gone over this against Detroit. So, yeah, man, give me Zach Littell. He leads the league in opponent home runs given up, over 17.5 outs. I got it at -103 last night.
Yeah, once again, I think I can get behind that as well. I like the price that you just mentioned there. So I'm fine with that. 3 times saying you wouldn't eat or drink at all. The issue with the drinks are the prices. The drinks are fine. You're just going to get
it for free if you get a lap dance or something. I'm not. Also, by the way, I should say all this to say I'm not really a strip club guy. I've gone to strip clubs and done that. I'm much more of go to the AVN Awards guy. I'm much more in that camp because I'm
I know your photo with Ron Jeremy.
Oh yeah, it's great. When I was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big.
You were clean shaven back then.
Just not into strip clubs.
You looked like a mensch.
I did look like a mensch. I looked like a nice little Jewish boy.
Yeah, completely clean shaven.
Degenerate. Yeah. Wearing my SGPN hat and shirt because I haven't showered yet.
Yeah, but it's a last year's edition because it's spring of 2024.
Still haven't gotten my spring 2025.
I don't even know what that means for the record. But it was seasonal. It was seasonal.
Kramer's mad at me because Sean and I tanked a Jalen Waddle number at Circa.
He's still mad at you for that?
I think it's going to be played up as a bit, but I think he's slightly annoyed. So is what I think.
All right. Well, anyway, I do see a question from D. Johnson, though. Thoughts on the Hauser under outs with Littell over 3.5 Ks?
I don't know if I want to mess around with those two because I just like Littell overall. Hauser possibly is a good DP target. So we'll see. I don't know.
I see Insano saying that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm saying he was 75. I'm trying to remember. He had a Cosby situation, right, where he was accused of basically assaulting and beyond a bunch of women. But he also had dementia, right? Wasn't that what happened to him? Wasn't it a Cosby situation? Kind of to a T.
Yeah, he forgot where his penis was.
Yeah, but he was also assaulting and sexually assaulting women for a long period of time.
Oh, he may have been doing that. Yeah,
but I'm saying it was the same. It was the same as the Cosby situation, basically.
Oh yeah. I thought it was a different dementia. Yeah,
including him not knowing where he was during the actual trial.
This is, by the way, the most off the rails we've ever gone.
Correct, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure that happened. Right? Didn't he have dementia during the actual trial or something?
Ron Jarrett, possibly. I didn't follow that one.
I think that's what happened.
I don't know that. I've never really watched anything with him in it because it's just
I've never watched anything with him in it either, but I just know who he is.
I think the only times I've seen him is in Orgasmo.
Oh, it's a classic.
That's such a good movie. Mormon.
I was more of a basketball guy, but that's still a classic too.
Yeah. There it is. Insano's pointing out that look at all these guys. We have such a knowledgeable chat when it comes
Insano's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was the Cosby situation. Yeah, basically. I'm trying to remember who was the football player? Darren Sharper, I think, went the same thing.
I'll look it up.
Didn't Darren Sharper go to jail for 18 years for drugging 2 women?
Look, let's see.
We're going really off the rails right now.
Ron Jeremy, I'm looking on. Oh yeah, sexual assault allegations.
Was Darren Sharper though, or was John? Or you're looking up Ron Jeremy?
I'm looking at Ron Jeremy.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Darren Sharper. Jail 20 years. Yeah, he drugged and four different occasions. Yeah, okay. There we go. They all use the same playbook.
Damn.
So there you go. Once again, if you're a woman out there in a club, be careful about your drinks. Pro tip: be careful out there.
Damn. Terrible. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back on track. Sponsors, right on cue. We are brought to you by by our sponsors, which are Circa Million and Circa Survivor, because you can prove that you know ball by going to Circa Football Contest in once again Vegas. $200 million in guaranteed prizes. No rake if the entries go above the guarantee. All the extra money will go to the prize pool. Circa Million. Pick 5 teams ATS each week. Go for the ultimate sweat Circa Survivor. Enter the Circa Grandissimo, a 100K Circa Survivor contest. And a reminder, you can always register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada. And you can always sign up in Vegas, play from anywhere. Use the official proxy of SGPN. Go to footballcontest.com. Code SGP. You get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by MyBookie, because they're available on locations. Who's Bookie?
MyBookie.
So you can use MyBookie.ag to bet on baseball, to bet on WNBA, to bet on golf, to bet on Wimbledon, of course, football futures. You can also use it in different deposit methods. You can use crypto for fast payouts and use deposits for your sign-up, though. For a new account, use the code SGPN to get 100% deposit match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the props, at least to start the show. Time to move on into my second prop for the show. So moving on, I'm going to go with another. This one's an even money play. I'm going to go Dansby Swanson. Give me the over half a single at plus 100. Been a singles machine lately. He's had at least one single in 7 straight. At least one single in 14 of his last 19 games. At least one single in 4 straight against Minnesota. And Festa's pitching. I don't think Festa's very good.
I don't think so.
He's been pretty up and down, a lot of contact. I do think that Swanson can definitely do what he does, which is hit a sharp line drive that lands right in front of an outfielder. Give me a Dansby Swanson single at plus 100. Hit rates are there. Festa's not very good, and I do think Swanson makes some contact. Give me Swanson single at plus 100. So that's my second prop.
Sorry, I went way down this Jerron Jeremy rabbit hole, and now I can connected all the dots.
No, and saying the Winslow one was crazier because that was like an elderly woman. The Winslow one was off the rails. That's a crazier one. The woman was like 80. So that's just not the same thing. But that's like that was also crazy. He's in jail for a while too. But yeah, that was an elderly woman. That was not the same situation. But anyway, I don't know why I remember all this stuff, but I remember all this stuff. So there you go.
Because we watch too much Family Guy. So why is my wife calling?
I don't think Family Guy ever did a bit on that. Might be a bit too dark for Winslow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's singles.
Yes, I'll go with the singles. Once again, it's even money for a guy that keeps walking into singles. So I'll go with that. What's your third prop for the show?
Okay, so I'm gonna have bonus props for you guys today. I'm gonna give this one out, but I'm 99% sure this game gets bagged. So I gave this cap out the other night. Speaking of Baltimore, you know what's near Baltimore?
The Nationals.
Well, not really, but DC. It's about 40 minutes from Baltimore.
Chicken fingers.
The Mets are playing in Baltimore. They have a player who loves to wear a red hat with white letters on it.
He does.
And this particular player seems to gain a lot of high ceiling athletic ability. He's even better than he usually is when something big happens with President Trump. This is basically the MAGA version of our Dean Kramer cap. Fits with Mr. Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo is hitting over 400 with multiple home runs and doubles since the big, beautiful bill passed. He hit another double last night. He had 2 hits. And guess what? We're going to go right back to Brandon Nimmo for the big, beautiful home run. But we're really just going to take his total bases at over 1.5 minus 120. He has been on a tear lately. He's going against Sagano, who is not good. Well,
it's a red summer.
It's a red. Yeah, he is. Let me just look up Sagano, who's not pitching, I guess, today anymore. Wait, no, hold on. What happened? Oh, yes, he is. Sorry, guys. I had to clear this out. And let me look at Sagano. Sagano in his last 3 starts overall has an ERA of 11.5. His last 3 starts at home, he's terrible. And if you put him against lefties, 2.23 home runs per 9. Nimmo's probably going to the moon. I'm not going to bet the home run because I'm not betting a home run at plus 290, but I'll take the base.
On Nimmo? No, he can't bet that.
I'm not doing 290. No, it's insane.
No, you pivot to like the double if you want to be really bold with
it. Yeah. And which I think he's going to do. So the over, it's minus, I gave it to you last night at minus 120. It's at minus 130 now. I still love it. I would probably also add let me find that double. Yeah, the double's 400. I would bet that.
There's no way home run should be $1.10 cheaper than the double.
Yeah, I'm betting the homer is 4 to the double's 4 to 1. We'll take that.
I would honestly, I'd consider just taking the double instead of the home run.
I'm not taking the home run. I took the bases.
No, I'm saying you said you were thinking about the home run as well. I'd take the double in addition to the bases.
I usually do like a sprinkle of like a bigger play on top because like. Here's the thing: if you get the double, you get them both.
I know you do.
You're getting 2 hits, multiple.
I'm saying instead of your home run sprinkle on top, sprinkle.
Yeah. Don't bet the home run. Bet the double. Yes.
And you also have the big wall in Camden. It's not that massive, but in theory, a line drive is a line drive hitter. You might hit the wall.
Yeah, I am doing it right now. I'm doing the. Oh wow! Look at this. I suddenly got boosts again. I am doing the Joe Dollar is showing up late because Verlander's shoving today. Brandon Nimmo double 4 to 1. I would do that to win a unit and then do his bases as well.
All right, there you go. So for my next prop, I'm going to go with the guy on Milwaukee who's been quite underrated lately. Give me Isaac Collins. I'll take his over half a hit at minus 125. Collins had at least 1 hit in 14 of his last 18. He's had at least one hit in 6 of the last 8 home games, and you have Glass now back. Great name for him because he's made of glass, but he's actually back for once, so we'll see how long he goes. First start since April. That might not go too well. But Collins
he did 75 pitches in his rehab starts. I mean,
I think
he didn't get the swinging strikes.
Yeah, he might go some distance, but the point is, against MLB hitting for the first time in months, it could be a pretty shaky start for him on the road. So you mentioned the lack of K stuff in the minor starts. Collins has been good lately, been good at home. I think it's a cheap price. Collins is a good player. At least he has been for the last month or so. Give me Collins to record a hit at -125.
Yeah, I like Collins.
So there we go. Anyway, anything else you want to add? Any miscellaneous props, DPs, anything else you want to mention? Strip club advice?
I haven't looked at the DPs. I got distracted by this dog poop everywhere. But, well, it's not free because it's -120, Trevor. Here's a big pet peeve of mine. When people say something is free, but it's actually a bet that's juiced, it is not free.
There's also a Brewers fan.
You were actually paying a hold, so no.
Well, no, I think he's saying the 2-pick parlay is free. So I think he's saying it's plus money. I don't think he means that the over's free. He joined both together. My
system play of Trevor being very, very, very confident in a play.
I think you're going to say bias with the Brewers because that also could apply.
Yeah, that's always bias with the Brewers. Trevor's been on a heater though lately.
Because the Brewers have been on a heater.
Yeah. Basically, it works very, very well for square bets.
What do you have 12 Ks and 5 yesterday?
What's that?
What do you have, 12 Ks and 5 yesterday? He lost his damn mind.
Oh, yeah, it was nuts. No, he was great. He was great. Dodgers also have some of the slowest wrists in the league, which is
because they're very old.
They're all very old. It's the oldest roster. So I expected that to be a pretty solid.
What have they lost again? 4 in a row? 5 in a row?
5 in a row.
Yeah,
they'll be fine.
I'm not saying they're not going to be fun.
No. People want to find a way to fade the Dodgers, and it's just like they're not. They're
no. You can keep taking the money lines until they win a game, and just keep seeing how far that gets you.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like you want to reset it so that their run line is plus money. I'll do that. I'll take that. Okay, so it's a stupid figure of speech, is my point, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor, though, I think he had 12 through 6, but I think he had 12 through 5 and then struck out nobody in the 6th inning.
Hit his wall.
So he actually did have 12 through 5.
Okay, let me see. So the Rockies hit into a lot of them. Do we want Boston? It's rain. It's kind of yucky weather in Boston. Let's see what the price is of the D. This has been a great DP all series. We're going to give another DP out. Boston is +120 to do a DP. Let me do this. I need to find somebody who's got a good ground ball rate. Who's got a good ground ball rate? Adrian Palente.
That makes sense. And the Nationals, though, you always say average the fewest double plays per game.
Yeah. How about Texas? Or how about the Angels?
That works. You have Hendricks. He does pitch to contact.
Well, I like Hendricks under hits.
He's been good lately anyway. That's fine.
Someone said, do I use her model Rhythm? Rhythm, so we'll get to that, but Rhythm has Power Trends, which is their house model, and it's for their props. And Austin Hayes was on there at one point. It did cash, by the way. So anyway, let me just look at what did I just say? I just said, let's see if the Angels have been hitting into a bunch. I would.
You meant hitting. I thought you meant.
Yeah, I think that let me just see if
does Rocker generate enough? I'm curious if Rocker actually generates double plays or not.
I'm looking at it right now.
Shout out to Rocker, by the way, who has not been like elite, but you know what? He salvaged his season. He's been pretty good for the last month.
He's been all right. He has none in his last couple starts. Evaldi is just a double play machine. Yeah, I don't know. There may not be. Festa does it. These aren't really good matchups is the thing. Cade Horton is not a good one. Let me look at Hauser. Hold on. Because Hauser might be a good one.
I don't know if Toronto isn't too many, but Hauser's a king.
Hauser's a king at this.
I'm surprised he didn't pitch Boston with Giolito pitching.
Dude, Hauser has 5 already, and in his last 2 starts, Hauser.
I'm actually wondering, though, is there a reason why you didn't pitch Giolito and the Red Sox to get one against the Rockies?
I could do that. Do you want me to? Because I think the game might get bagged. But is he?
I'm just saying he has been really good lately, and the Rockies we know do hit into a bunch of them.
He has one over his last 2 starts, but on the season he has. I mean, the Rockies just hit into so many of them.
That's why I figured you'd want it, because Giolito's. I know he's been striking out a bit more guys recently, but he still pitches to contact for the most part.
It's tough because Giolito only looks like. Let's see. He has 7 on the season. Oh, you know what? If it ain't broke, let's just do that. It's plus money.
Yeah, road team, 9 guaranteed at bats. Team stinks.
Yeah. I'll do that. Let's do that. Hang on. Let's see. We're gonna do plus 120 for the DP.
I mean, that's a really good price.
That's a great price. That's the number 1 team in betting into DPs. So
yeah,
or into doing the DPs.
So there you go. Any other things you want to share?
I like the Hendricks under hits. It's tough because there's really bad weather across the board today.
Yeah.
But I really liked you know what, Scott? My VIP rep gave up. We should talk after because my VIP rep gave me like a bunch of boosts just for having money in my account. Okay, I'm going the Red Sox. Done. Hold on. Done. Let me just see. Is Giolito? Well, hold on. What's Giolito's ground ball rate? Hold on. Timeout. His ground ball rate's awful. We can't do a guy whose ground ball rate is 27%.
I figured you wanted it for the Rockies anyway.
I know, but we can't. We think he shoves. I don't think we can do this. Hold on. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to bear with us because it's the most important bet of the day, and it's very important. Do we want to do – all right, here's our options. You want Brandon Walter?
Do the Guardians hit into a ton?
Guardians stink.
I know they stink. That's the problem. I don't know if they actually hit the double plays.
Over the last 15 days. Okay, so here's your options. Your options on teams over the last 15 days are the Rockies, the Mariners, the A's, or the Angels.
I don't know who the hell Schlitter is on the Yankees, so I don't know if I want to go with that.
Rookie starter.
No, I know he is. I'm saying he's never pitched in the majors before.
And then the last week, it's been the Rockies, the Mets, the White Sox, the Cardinals, the Rangers. Okay, so the Rangers hit into a ton.
Wait. All reliable, just go back to Tampa. You got Diel Littell pitching.
It's too much liability. I don't want to do that.
No, you don't want it.
No,
I thought we were auto betting.
No, because it's against the Tigers. Tampa's against the Tigers.
I know, but I thought we were just auto betting Tampa every game.
No. Not. I don't know if Littell's the one for this, but let me see. Player, pitching. I'm going to look at this. I kind of might want to go to Hendricks.
Okay, that worked.
Or I might want to go let me see. Tampa Bay. Who has it? You know what? You're right. It's old reliable. Let's just go to let's not be old reliable is that the Rays are fantastic at turning double plays. So
they do it every damn game it feels
every damn game. They have a fantastic infield for the did they take this off the board? Yeah. It's minus 120. Let's just do it.
Okay.
All right.
Still,
fine. We're digging.
There we go. That's the home run. That's the double play.
That is official double play. Not Red Sox double play. Tampa Bay double play. Littell.
Last point before we get into the best bet segment, a quick shout out to our boy, which definitely fits the narrative. Our boy Dean Kramer, who officially joined Team Israel for the World Baseball Classic.
Oh man, we're gonna have so much fun betting that.
Our boy is officially jumping into the Israel umbrella.
He is.
So we did not make up the angle here
on that. Yeah, that's that cap works for the HBC.
Oh, it does too. But I'm just saying he did officially join Team Israel for the World Baseball Classic.
You know who his catcher is?
Who his catcher is
on Team Israel? Who's
Stubbs?
Yeah, Garrett Stubbs.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew that before you even said Phillies. Is Ian Kinsler still managing the team?
Probably.
Okay. That's a throwback name right there.
What a throwback name.
Good player.
And Kepler did too.
Kepler did for a bit too. Yeah. He's too busy in the gym.
I can't believe he's my age, and he's just like
really.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
I think he stinks. He doesn't manage though, right?
No,
he's terrible.
He won 100 games in a season somehow. Then they didn't do anything and he got fired.
He doesn't eat ice cream.
Yeah, it's jacked. Yeah. Makes sense. Anyway, before we get into the actual best bets, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor on Fantasy, because you can do Best Ball Mania happening all summer long. Give away $15 million in prize, including $2 million first place. No waiver wire, no argument about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Also use it for Pick'em. And when you sign up for your new account, use code MLBSGPN. You get a special pick and every time with an offer up to $1K in bonus cash. A fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. We are also brought to you by Rhythm, because Rhythm has a game-changing feature called Power Trends, where they detect patterns from Rhythm's models. They'll give you plays to bet on, and they have a pretty high hit rate. A reminder, they're updated every day. They're exclusive to Rhythm, and you can also use it for clean data bet picks. Download the app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. And a reminder, try it for free for a week, but get the 7-day trial, go to sportsgambling.com Rhythm, get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going through the props that we have for the show. Adam, what do you like as your best bet for the show? As you drink, was that coconut water?
Coconut water, yeah, post-gym.
Okay.
Joe Dollar doesn't trust anyone he says. This was such an off-the-rails app. I love it, guys. All right. Verlander's shove spot.
Okay.
I'm just very committed to this cap. This is a weird week, guys. A lot of guys say,
is that a Verlander actually like finding something, or is that a Phillies offense is checked out?
Well, the line suggesting that Verlander's going to have a good game.
Yeah.
Over 2.5 is plus money.
Yeah.
He also only threw 60 pitches his last start, and he's infinitely better at home.
And the Phillies have also not been great offensively in the series. So
they're not good on the road. So I would say I'd say the Verlander one's my favorite. Here's the thing, guys. To tell you about like guys today that are not going to have another start is like take a look like certain. I would honestly blindly bet the over outs on. Let me just look at the.
That is a good point, though. This is the final start of the guys today before the All-Star break.
Right. For a lot of these guys, it's the final start before the All-Star break. Scott, I know what Scott's thinking. We're going to parlay this, aren't we?
I think it's worth considering.
I think it's absolutely worth considering. So here's some guys that you should look at that I think are worth doing this to. I would say you want guys that don't have an off day tomorrow because that resets everybody. You need some guys that are going to basically like, hey, I'll eat it because I don't have to pitch again forever. Let's see. Festa probably eats it. So let's see other people. So yeah, Littell's definitely going to wear. Oh, Brandon Pfaadt is absolutely going to wear it. Like there's no question they're going to make Brandon Pfaadt wear it. I also like Brandon Pfaadt today, just for what it's worth. Did Bubic make the All-Star team?
That I actually don't know.
He should have. Hauser's going to wear it. I like Hauser over outs. Gordon,
he's an all-star. You got him.
He's an all-star, so he'd be in there. So all of these lines, actually, if you look, everybody's lines are set to 17.5. Yeah, we want and Abbott got named all-star yesterday, so he's not. So he'll put his under. Yeah, we're gonna go Hauser over outs, Pfaadt over outs. This is our underdog play.
I was going to say that's going to be our underdog.
Yeah. Let's do it as our underdog play.
All right. So
do the ad read.
Yeah, I already did the ad read. I got to do my actual play.
My bad.
So you're going Verlander over is 15.5 at plus 120 for the outs.
That's my best bet. Yeah.
Yeah, for mine, I think I like all these plays. I'll go with Collins for a hit of minus 125. He's been great. At least one hit in 14 of the last 18, at least one hit in 6 of the last 8 home games. Been mashing, and Glass now has not pitched against major league batters in months. So give me Collins to get a hit at minus 125 as my best bet for the show. Now for the underdog, I know we just covered it, but I'll let you repeat it, and then I think we're done. Okay,
so we'll get it. So I want to just go 3 over outs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Angle on guys that I don't think you and I are going to end up betting to begin with. So another one on here. I was going to do let's just do overs and see who's a good one there. Can someone in the chat confirm if Chris Bubic made the All-Star team? Because if he did not,
no, he did make the All-Star team.
Oh, he did. Okay, so that's fine. Okay,
yeah.
So him. All right, Hauser, Pfaadt. This is a great angle.
I guess the one point, though, is for Bubic, though, since he is in the All-Star game.
I like the under for him.
I was going to say we want the under, so they'll save him for the actual All-Star game.
He gets 15 pitches that he gets to do, or do whatever, because it'll be his throw day. Even if not, it's just like, I like that. Oh, and Kyle Hendricks.
Do you want to do a 4-pick?
No, it's only 3.
Oh,
okay. Because we mentioned
Festa before, so I wasn't sure if you were throwing in Festa too. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, Kyle Hendricks has done it lately.
You got Hendricks, you got Fod, and
Hendricks, Fod, and Hauser, and I have a boost to make it 7.89.
Wait, so no Bubic?
No.
Okay, I thought you wanted Bubic under. That's why.
No. Let's just blindly do the angle of dudes that are going to have to fuck it. That are just cool. We just want you to do it and be loose.
All right, that's fine.
Yep, cool. All right. So Adrian Hauser higher 17.5 pitching outs. Kyle Hendricks higher 17.5 pitching outs. And Brandon Pfaadt higher 17.5 pitching outs.
What's the price on that?
For us, it was 6.3, and I used a boost to make it 7.89.
Okay, there you go. Anyway, I got an NBA show to do in about 3 minutes, so if you want some thoughts on free agency, long 10, I'll break down the winners and losers. It's the off season. It's not a big deal, but if you want to check out the show, you can. Anyway, find me on Twitter, Rachel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. Thank you for joining us for the unhinged episode of the MLB Prop Show. Till next time, a good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.